make a simple DIY book press using bricks. You don't have a book press? No problem. I'll show you a simple method to make one using a brick and some things that you certainly have at home. Hi, I'm Joanna and welcome to my missredfox paper art channel. It's all about bookbinding and paper crafts for beginners here. For a makeshift bookbinding press using a brick, you'll need the brick without any indents. You can buy this in a hardware store, cling film or plastic wrap, a sheet of kraft paper, a sheet of pretty wrapping paper, scotch tape, clear packaging tape, scissors with a sharp tip, glue tape, and for measuring and cutting the paper sheets, a pencil, craft knife, and a ruler, and of course the cutting mat. To begin, wrap the brick a couple of times in cling film and see that the beginning and the end seam of the cling film are on the long edge of the brick. It's the same afterwards for the paper sheets too. This is because you want to have flat surfaces that you'll use to press your book covers with, so you don't want wrinkles on the large sides of the brick. So let's start by turning this over and another. So my seam is here on the long edge. Press the short ends of the film over each other and then you are done with this step. You need this film or foil around your brick because it acts like a dust barrier and like this your brick won't crumble. Next, you'll wrap your brick in kraft paper. This one is reused. It was in a package that I received and I ironed it before cutting it into size. My brick is 25 by 12.5 by 3 centimeters and this sheet of kraft paper and the wrapping paper as well are 33 by 30 centimeters. You need it large enough that it overlaps a bit on the long edge and wide enough that it overlaps a bit on both short edges too. To start, hold an edge of the kraft paper by about 2 centimeters. And apply some of the glue on the edge. Then place the brick centered at the fold and stick the paper to the brick. And start turning the brick until you reach the other edge of the paper. Apply some glue on this edge as well and then attach the paper edge to the brick, and it's on the long edge and not on this surface. Then you have to fold the short edges of the kraft paper and see that the folds are flush with the edge of the brick. You want it wrapped as good as tight as possible. And repeat on the other side. I decided to only wrap the brick once in kraft paper, but you can wrap it twice if you wish. In that case, you'll need a longer sheet of craft paper. Next, I repeat the process with the wrapping paper. Start by folding one of the edges by about 2 centimeters. Then apply glue on it. Place the bricks centered at this fold. So this one is as large as this one. Then wrap it around. And apply glue on this edge as well. Glue the short edges. Now it's almost good to go. We only need another step or two. These are optional, but in my opinion important if you want your brick to last longer. I like to place some Scotch tape along this thin edge of the brick, just to keep those glued overlapped paper edges in place. As a last step, I'll cover the whole brick in clear packaging tape. This prevents the wrapping paper on the brick to wrinkle when you use it as a press for still moist book covers, and makes the brick more durable too. Find the end. So, I start by applying tape all around the thin edge of the brick. The tape is wider than my brick, so I cut with my scissors the corners on both sides. Then fold the excessive tape over the brick. And go around and repeat. Oops. This wasn't intentional. And one last edge. Okay, so now my long edge, my thin edge of the brick is covered entirely in tape. And now I will stick tape on the large surfaces of the brick on both sides. And this is the most difficult part actually, because you have to try not to make any wrinkles in the tape. And if you use packaging tape before, you know that this is not necessarily an easy task. The stripes of the tape will overlap a bit, but that's okay, and what you want anyway. You want the whole surface of the brick to be covered in tape, so it lasts longer and it won't wrinkle when laid over a moist book cover. And I have to find the start of the tape again. Oops. As flat as possible. Next one. Now I have a wrinkle here, and I'll try to flatten it with my bone folder. And then the other side. And we are done. It's quite an easy little project to make, and I like it because apart from the bricks, I had everything that I needed at home. I recommend you make at least 2 of these bricks, and then you could use them side by side for larger book covers too. In the next video, I'll show you how to build another makeshift easy book press, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video, and if so, please like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos on bookbinding and paper crafting soon. If you have any questions, just write them down in the comments and I'll answer them as fast as I can. Thank you so much.